yesterday I came to Target and I was here. Did something. I don't know how you guys feel about this. Hey, fellow resellers, watchers, buyers, thank you so much for joining me. Curtis, the middleman reseller here. Very appreciative. If this is your first time joining or watching us, please click in the description below. There's a video called The Why. As you can see, is a retail arbitrage video, and you can see below that you can see what I'm doing right now. I went to a Ross and I am grabbing some bots that I actually put into a bag earlier because there was a long line. I had to go pick up my kids, so I had to leave, and I put them in there to hide them. Now, for those of you that don't know, I actually started reselling by selling shoes from Ross and Marshalls. That was my first introduction into reselling. So I'm trying to check out here, look what they have, anything good. Nothing really that good here. So thought I'd look anyways. Now I ran into some punching gloves and some boxing gloves. I just in here just going some scanning to check their pricing. Again, not enough meat on the bone as Craigslist hunter would say. So I didn't grab these. And the next thing actually you're going to see is kind of cool too. And so we're going to grab something called the Skills, which is a base zip and hit, which is a help people or baseball players get better at hitting. I grew up playing baseball. Never used this, never had it. Didn't have it at that time. Wish they did. Anyhow, I was never a home run hitter. I was a base hit hitter. But anyhow, so this wasn't done enough meat on the bone for this, so I ended up leaving that. Doing some personal shopping. I needed a new hat, so just looking around, and I think this is it. And I'm also going to show you some terrible camera work right now. But again, if you guys are watching this, please stay all the way to the end. You can find out what happened, and what I really need some advice on the end here too. So make sure you stay tuned and see what happened. And it's going to be, I think it's a little bit controversial too. But here's my hat and my mask. I don't know. It's still weird to see myself in a mask. I don't know if it is for you guys, if you ever see yourself. So here I'm at Ross, still looking for some stuff that's on a good deal. These are a lot of stuff on clearance. So right now, Ross retail arbitrage. This is like late January, early February. I found some more bots right there. Retail arbitrage during like late January, early February is really good everywhere. So Ross, Marshall, everybody's clearing out their toys. So again, Ross is already discounted. So now that they're even clearing out more, I mean, it's even better. So those bots kind of, if you also Grocery Gang, I ended up finding little bolos Grocery Gang. If you ever see Grocery Gang little things out there, they're like in little packages like those Transformer bots are. Pick them up. They're really good ROI. I think that if you can get them for really cheap, don't pay more than $5, but they'll get like a $20 return on them. A lot of Nerf guns at Ross and Marshalls, so they don't sell really well. I've had Nerf guns in my store, eBay store for a while, so I don't pick them up anymore. That's pretty much all I picked up were the bots in the hat, and I am out of there. So now on to Walmart, and I'm gonna check out what they got here, and show you what you can do and what's a good way to go into Walmart. And there's John in front of me. So John and I go way back. Just kidding, I don't know that guy. So this Walmart was about like 20 miles away from my house. I went there because I had other errands to do. So number one thing you need to look for when you go to Walmart for retail arbitrage is the clearance section. And the clearance section at Walmart usually isn't the only clearance spot they have. They usually have other spots. And there's some Mandalorian characters, a lot of toys right now. Nothing that was that I could resell for a good profit. When I sell things, I usually, unless it's a really quick flip, I want at least $20 profit minimum. So unless I know it's going to flip really quick, and I have more than one of them, and then those little. I was gonna pick up one of those little refrigerators that you see right there, and I don't know why I didn't. I should have. The one that has a mirror. I don't need the mirror, but they're really cheap. I think they're like $19 or $12. And again, more clearance stuff. And then just heading off to look for the toy section, and then and I actually didn't cut this out on purpose because I wanted to show you guys the weight area. This is where all the weights are, and they were all out. No weights. Everybody took them all. There's one kettlebell right there. So weights were really big during the pandemic, and now I don't think as much right now, and I'll tell you later why. So look at this, how bare this is. They had a ghost popper there. There's a Ghostbusters ghost popper. So ever since I started reselling, I really started getting back into collecting, or not even back, but just started collecting things. I went to an estate sale one time, and a guy was a collector, and he had a bunch of toys, and I see how much they were worth. I think I spent like $300 on toys, vintage toys. Made a huge amount of money from that sale, and I'm like, wow, these are good profit. And then plus the nostalgic part of it too, like Ghostbusters brings it back to my young, youth. He-Man, a bunch of other GI Joes, and there's some Garbage Pail Kids. I was gonna say, I guess Cabbage Patch Kids too, but Garbage Pail Kids I was really into when I was younger, so I really started collecting those again too. And then yeah, and so Legos. They're starting to clear off. This store didn't clear off their Legos as much, but I collect Legos too, and I have a lot. So so the thing with Legos is, if you can get them for a good deal, and this is not a bad deal, but I didn't need it. I mean, like it was. I think actually maybe it was a good deal, but if you can get Legos for like 50% off, maybe 40% off too, and you can, it's one of their lines that will increase when they retire. Retiring, and you may already know this. I mean, I may be preaching to the choir, but some of you may not know. They retire a product, that means they no longer make it, and once they no longer make it, the price on that Lego set increases. And I did read an article somewhere that some Lego sets, or Lego on average has it on, their Star Wars lines, averages 25% return after they retire. So it's like a little 401k you can build up there. But yeah, so I collect Legos too now. So I have a bunch in storage, and so all I found here was the Ghost Popper thing. So I kept it. And I thought this was like very rare because the only one there, and I never saw one at our stores. But I guess it's like the first day they put them out, because now this is the one that's closer to my house. Actually, this is one not exactly the closest to my house, but this was a little bit more south. But definitely, I always have really good luck here. Again, the first place I always go are the figures. Figures are always the first place I go. It's funny, whenever you go to Walmart's, and even now Target's, the Master of the Universe, there are two. I didn't pick up the Halo. I thought I was going to grab that, but I decided not to. It was not cheap enough yet. The Master of the Universe set, you're always going to find the He-Man and the Grayskull. And right there, if you see that on the WWF, Masters like the right there, that combination they did, the crossover, it's really cool. I am collecting those, but those Master of the Universe, Skeletors and He-Mans are everywhere. They're so abundant. I don't know if they overmade some or made too many, because the other ones are all harder to find. So I don't collect those. I did start collecting those, but once I read an article that that's before they had them at Target. Once I knew they were going to have them at Target too, and they're going to make enough for everybody, I just stopped and sold off what I had. And those Scooby-Doos, figures there, they've been around. So look at this right here. So Walmart, what they do during Christmas is they put together a Christmas sets. And this was the Top Gun set. And I don't know if it was because the movie was supposed to come out already. I don't know, but I know there's a new Top Gun movie coming out. But I don't know if the pandemic pushed it back, and I don't know, all that timing stuff with toys. And anyhow, but they put sets that big together. I know there's a Barbie one, there's a Blue's Clues one, I think there's a PJ Masks one, and anyhow, but they put them on clearance after Christmas, and they go for a good price. So I actually picked up like 7 Barbie ones that go for like $9. I pay $9 each, but they go for like 30, that they're not gonna make that again. That set. So that set is gonna increase in price in about a year. LOL. Oh, by the way, back there at the Funkoverse, I was looking at the Funkoverse makes a chase on the jaws. The jaws. There's one jaws that has blood come out of the mouth, and that's the chase Funkoverse. The LOL dolls are going to be very, very popular in a couple of years. Here's another clearance section that this Walmart has, and I was over there looking at prices. The Monopoly was sitting there. There's Mandalorian. Did not pick it up, but I did pick it up later because it actually dropped down to $5, and that thing's like a $40 Monopoly game, sealed by the way. And so LOL dolls, in my opinion, in about 20 years are going to be very valuable because the kids that have them now are getting them or can't afford them, especially the more expensive ones. I think are going to be very lucrative because now those kids that can afford it are going to want them. So so I was going to say earlier that there should be three storage areas you have. You have your storage area for selling things that right now your eBay store is your storage area for selling things. Then you have your storage area for things that are going to sell within a year, like Legos. You want to wait for Lego retire, so it's going to increase in price. And then you have your storage area for your collectibles, or long-term storage area, which is longer than a year. So that's how I kind of have mine set up. So I kind of don't, when I buy things, I don't usually necessarily buy them for right now to sell. I do sometimes buy things for the future. I have one of my reseller friends, Mark, that kind of makes fun of me for that, but I don't know. I just, again, it's not something I could have done when I first started. Definitely not. But now that I do have some kind of funds coming in, and I've been doing it for about a year and a half, I do have a little bit more extra funds around. To be able to do that. So if you look at this Lego aisle, it's pretty bare. There's not that much there. I came late. I think this was like a Wednesday, and I wish I would have been there when they're starting to clear everything out. And most of the clearance stuff was already taken. There were a couple, I think I picked up like 10 Legos. Most of them, again, probably going to hold on to until they get retired. But again, when they start clearing these out, they're making room for new ones, so they may be retiring soon. Not necessarily that they will, but they may be. So you want to at least, like that Batman right in front of me right there. You guys can see that. I grabbed those two. Those were like 50% off. I think they were like $22 or something like that. I'm trying to see. $25, and they go for like $60. They're like 59. So I picked those up. I think the 2 or 3 of them. But yeah, just be aware of that you guys know about that. Again, let me talk about my friend Mark again. He doesn't know much about collectibles or Legos, so I've been trying to teach him. I'm not too advanced in collectibles. Like like Marvel. I don't know Marvel very well. Like Avengers, I don't know that, but I do know a couple things like G.I. Joe and Legos and yeah, that's pretty much. I don't know a lot of Marvel yet. I was not huge into comics when I was growing up. That you can see the Mega Constructs there, Master of the Universe. I wish they had those in Legos, but no go. But again, here you can see I'm just scanning things to see what the price is on. So, because it's clearance here, $25, they may be even cheaper. Walmart has, they call a secret pricing, which is cheaper than what's even in the store, which can happen sometimes. So always try to scan things inside the store when you're there because you might get a cheaper price, you know. And right here, so this is, if you saw when I pulled up, there was a sign that said $10. That AMT, these are all AMT models, and they're pretty big ones. They're pretty much clearing them out for $10. So there were smaller ones there too, but I got the bigger ones. I got all the big ones, like that Coca-Cola thing, the bulldozer one. Yeah, I think I grabbed like 3 Coca-Cola, that Coca-Cola thing you see there, that AMT model. I grabbed 3. There were 3 of those. I grabbed one of those bulldozers. I actually ended up grabbing something else. I can't remember what it was, but it was big, and that already sold. And I'm selling them for at least so they're I paid $10 for them. I sold them for $40 plus I think $10 shipping. So I'm making at least $20 on it. Again, at the least, I like to make at least $20 unless it's a quick flip. But even a quick flip, I don't want a penny or $5. I want to make like $10. Or if it's a quick flip and I can get a lot of them, then I'll do that. So that adds up. So obviously here I'm going to the pricer and just trying to price everything because there's some of the stuff you don't know what the cost is. So just pricing it, see what it's gonna be. And don't make sure you always price things at Walmart. Always, I mean, even with because again, the app can be wrong. So you got to like double check yourself. If you see right there on the bottom, I have weights. I have 35-pound weights, dumbbell weights that I actually ended up returning because I was holding on to them too long. Nobody was buying it, so I figured I figured someone would, but still the shipping and it just wasn't worth it to me. So I ended up returning them. I think I paid like $40 for each one or 30 something. But you can see how full my cart was here. And again, just be aware after Christmas that everyone's trying to get rid of their stuff. Walmart, Kroger's, Ralph's, CVS, Walgreens, they all want to start getting rid of stuff. So definitely a great time to save up to go shopping for yourself or reselling. If obviously, hopefully, most of you are resellers. And I do appreciate you all listening, no matter what even if you are or aren't a reseller. We do not discriminate. You are all loved here. And here I'm going into the special collectible area. So I started collecting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NECAs, especially the NECAs. But I really got into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles after I started reselling because I actually ended up buying a lot of them and I sold them. And I was like kind of kick myself in the bottom for doing them. I'm like, oh, why did I sell them? Now I started collecting them again. So I have good storage of collectible. Only the new ones. I don't like collecting the used ones out of package. So I'm looking actually for NECA TMNT. So I don't see anything. They're really hard to find because you have to go in the right time because someone else will grab them. And the way NECA's doing it, they're like releasing certain characters. And if you don't get that one, you're going to miss out. So that's what I'm looking for. If you have any NECA TMNTs you want to get rid of, let me know. Because I am very interested, especially if the ones I don't have. But yeah, some of the stuff doesn't really interest me that much. But sometimes I actually seen someone hide one of those TMNT NECAs. So that's why I try to be as thorough as I can when I'm there. And then now I'm heading off to the toy section. So you can see the G.I. Joe, looking for G.I. Joes, and the Ghostbuster section. And yeah, so there I see some Ghostbusters, Transformers. I don't know if you guys, these new plastic Transformers, they are so hard to put together. I missed the Generation 1 with the metal, and they were pretty simple to put together, or, not tear apart, but when you had to when it changed from one, when it morphed into one thing to another, it was really easy with the metal ones. Those plastic ones are a pain. So here I see the Ghostbusters. I'm trying to find the good box since I was planning to get this for a collectible to save and hold on to. By the way, the Legos too. I never open them. I try to make sure they're not going to be used or played with. They usually stay sealed and then put away to stay away from dust and all that, and try to put in good condition. Here I'm looking for the Star Wars figures and stuff like that. And they're pretty bare here. See right there in the below, you see that Jurassic Park dinosaur? Those are actually really good resellers. If you guys don't know already, Jurassic Park or Jurassic World dinosaurs, if you can find them loose at garage sales and stuff like that, pick them up. You can get them for like $20, $30, $40, depending on the dinosaur. You can get really good, make a good profit on them, and they sell pretty well too. This is the Master of the Universe thing I'm showing here. I don't know the name of this. Panther, I believe. I might be wrong. But I was thinking of reselling this. There's plenty of these at all Targets. So I don't know. And this one didn't really interest me that much, so I just kind of just. And this is like a Marvels thing I think I picked up there. Again, I don't know much about Marvel. I think it's the one of my very few weaknesses in regards to toys. So picking up there. So what I do here is again, I just pick up to see and to see what the prices are, since I don't know if they're right. The one thing with Target is their prices aren't. If they're on clearance, it's not going to show up on the app. So you have to go scan it, because sometimes you can scan it and it's going to be totally different, and it will be on clearance. So you got to make sure you do your work and then make sure you scan them. Because sometimes people see on an end cap here. I mean, especially after Christmas, there's a lot of end caps with clearance on there. So you need to make sure that, because some people will come by and just leave toys there just because it's an end cap and they're not really on clearance. You need to go scan them. And sometimes they will be on clearance but not be stickered. They're on clearance. It's so tough and confusing. It's a lot of work in regard. I mean, all they have to do is put the sticker on there. It'd be so much easier, but they don't put the sticker on every one of them. Excuse me, I needed a drink there. But here I'm just looking at what do they have, what's on, what's for clearance there, and here as well, looking for what's on clearance. See if there's anything good. And that Nerf gun was actually on clearance, and there's that toilet paper shooting gun there too. And here's another end cap, I'm just showing you this because it's to show you the abundance of end caps that they have that are being clearanced. The toys are clearanced off right now. I think you can do good with these. If you needed some inventory, that's not bad. You could get that stuff, but you're not going to profit that much. And here's me scanning it. I just put this in the video to show you that you need to scan things. You need to scan things, see how much they are, see if they're worth it, and then checking the eBay app too. So I'm gonna go through all that. Nerf modulus. So again, I'm gonna reiterate this. Nerf guns are really, really. I don't know why, but they've been challenging to sell on eBay. I have like 3 or 4 Nerf guns, unless it's a very different one. Like I've gotten like these really big ones from like a special one from like I can't think of the name of the line right now, but they've made some special ones that I've sold, but they still last. I hold on to them for a while. I think the fastest gun I've sold, Nerf gun I've sold, I had for like 4 or 5 months. So, and it wasn't like don't get me wrong, I'm not the cheapest, but
hey,
so
fellow flipper
listen here.
resellers. I just want to share with you guys. Yesterday I came to Target and I was here, and this was all being stocked up. And this was all pretty blank now. It's pretty blank now.
But
what I wanted to share with you is I was here yesterday. I grabbed a couple things. I'll share with you that later. Kind of did something. I didn't know how you guys. They limit you on like the cello packs. And I actually wanted to buy them. They limit you to 3. And I actually wanted to buy per item. And I was trying to buy the whole box. So the box was ringing in, so you had a cello pack. So I did something. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think.
yeah, so right now what I'm doing is I'm looking for an aisle, and that aisle contains something, and you'll see it right in a second here. And this is pretty much gonna show you what the dilemma is and how you guys feel about this. I don't know. Leave in the comments below. Let me know how you feel. But behind some pillows, I hid the pack. So I couldn't buy that whole box. I wanted to buy that whole box of NFL football cards, but they wouldn't allow me. You can only buy 3 of those little packets. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I try to find somewhere that's inconspicuous that people aren't going to look. So it's kind of like the more expensive, I mean, the $14, but it is the more expensive of the pillows. So and there was a Target lady working right there. So I try not to be, I don't know, I don't know, just trying to be inconspicuous somehow. But I don't know, is that a bad thing or a good thing, you know? Because this is only the second time that I've been there when they were putting out the cards. Besides that, you can't get them. So I don't know. I thought it was some good omen that I was there, so might as well just save them for and come back and get them because I did want to pay for them all. And they're like $5 each, so you know they're good. They're gonna get their money either way. I'm not stealing from anybody. I just I'm just making sure they all go to me. Because there was another guy that grabbed a box too, and that was half full, and he ended up buying all of them. I don't know how, but because in the computer it stops you. But anyhow, want to know what you guys think. Is it worth it to do that? Am I doing a bad thing? What would you guys think? You know, either way, I'm okay. I know there's gonna be some haters out there, and that's okay. Um, I don't know if I feel good or bad about this, but just want to know what your guys' viewpoint of this. You know, um, and then even the hiding spot. Do you guys is that a good hiding spot, or do you guys have other hiding spots at Target that hide figures or stuff like that? I just discovered another one that I'm not going to share yet, but I will eventually. Um, but just again, what are your thoughts, you guys? Let us know. I just want to say thank you so much for watching and listen and help and watching this channel. You know, again, look in the description, check out the why video, and I'll discuss why we do this. I just want to help other people become successful, and this is another way to be financially free. And again, but you have to save your money. Okay, a lot of people earn money, get raises, and they still spend more money. So just thank you so much. Just hit the like button. And if you keep on coming back and it's becomes more of a value to you, then you subscribe to us. But you don't have to subscribe to us right away. We would like it, but not a big deal. Come back to us and let us take a little bit more of your time. And we enjoyed you guys being part of this. We just want you to go out there and be the most successful person you can be. Thank you guys so much for watching us. You all take care. Bye bye.